We're live? All right, we are live. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to Banana Breakfast Club with the Two of a Bunch podcast. We are a little late. We usually do it at like 9, but this time we said we were going to do it at 10:30, but then we had to move it slightly further because we had a lot of things to do.
And I had a quiz that it said to do right then.
Yep. College ain't fun, guys. Either way, here we are. Huh? College is kind of fun. I really like college. Either way, even though it indoctrinates me.
Sorry, guys, for being late.
You got to give and get.
Alright, so I think I figured out what was wrong with this. I went and I felt it, and it felt loose, like it wasn't fully screwed in.
What part?
This part right here.
Oh.
So I'm not going to mess with it anymore, but I tightened it yesterday. So
All right.
we should have no problems regarding this mic.
No problem.
So let me get this stuff ready. Crazy morning. All right. By the way, the other day, and I have to blah 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 blah. My brain's not working, guys, so you gotta give me a minute. Oh, so yesterday when I saw that ad I told you about from PragerU, somebody wrote he's flipping over in his grave. Walt Disney's flipping over in his grave, and well, technically he's not. Laughing emoji. So they would know I was just teasing. But they wrote back, like today, this morning, something like, what was it? It was, yes, thank you for letting the whole world know that that it wasn't meant literally, it was meant figuratively. And then like a nerd emoji. And I was like, what? Like your face. And so I wrote, I was teasing. And the person wrote back, so was I.
No.
Literal for literal. I was like, oh, sorry. I literally wrote, sorry. Maybe I should be commenting back this early in the morning. I was like, oh, dang. That was mean. But I was like, I try not to be snooty. So I was like,
Yeah.
I didn't do anything. Let me check all this nonsense. Yeah. Oh, and Lofty posted something.
What time?
Something about, I think he made another Lofty character.
Can you freaking... Oh, man. All right. You know what? Whatever gets him views, because that makes him mad money.
Yeah, it does.
Not money. Views.
Well, he probably does get money, too, you know. He's been, successful long enough that he's definitely getting views. I'm trying to get to the other side, switch account. So we can see if you guys want to comment or something.
Yeah, comment. Ooh.
Our posts don't reach very far. It like barely gets anywhere. Yeah, look, it looks like he built a guy. A Lego?
Nope.
It looks like Lego.
3D printed.
Oh, probably. They were printed to trick us all that it's Lego.
What?
It does look like Lego, doesn't it?
From far away.
Okay, fine. Plus, my eyes are better and it's far away. Maybe it wasn't a nerd emoji, though. I've been thinking maybe it wasn't like it was just a glasses emoji. I don't know. Yeah. Our posts don't get very far. All right. So, we are live. Live viewers. Blah, 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 blah. We're going to go choose a control room and all that nonsense. Why'd you so quiet?
Me?
Yeah.
You're just doing, your thing, I'm just waiting for you to do your
There
thing.
you go. Everything is up now. Codex Blades told us to name the episode like something brunch, or you should like joke about it. So I made it the title more like a banana brunch club.
True. It is like, yeah. It's the first brunch club. What's going on? Wow.
Brunch. So I named it, the regular name, episode 13. More like banana brunch
13?
club.
Is our 13th time live?
Yes, it is our 13th. And not counting the live UFC.
Time flies
Whoa.
when you're going live.
It like suddenly like cut off for a second. You gotta pretend to be friends with me. Yeah. So definitely don't move this up and down too much. Why does this not like me, guys?
April's around the corner.
I got fixed. Oh, dude. So I have two things that I need to clear up. This is the chat rate as well, but nobody's in the chat. But maybe it's just slow, guys. Sorry. We'll see. I made sure that it wasn't.
Wait, is it spring already?
I have no idea. I have no knowledge of if it's currently spring or not.
'Cause April's like in 2 more days.
True,
Actually,
definitely.
3. Yeah, 3.
Where in the world do I find words? Oh, this stream is healthy, absolutely healthy. Where do I find? Hold on, guys, I'm looking for the editing. Thank you, to make sure that you guys can do all the things you want to do, and by that I mean comment.
Kind of feel like this should have been done before.
I did do all this, but it's acting a little weird, so I'm double checking because sometimes it switches the things.
All right.
Sometimes. Yeah, I know I'm streaming. I don't want this. Okay, YouTube Studio. Go to the YouTube Studio. Guys, I'm sorry. Such a punk. Such a punk. Hold on. Why does it not like me? Go to live control room. Yeah. Wait a minute. Why is it acting like a... Isn't it good? Wait a second. Are we not live now? Dude, what is going on here?
Remember live.
I don't think so. Look, I'm kind of frozen right there.
No, your head just barely moving.
This is why you double check things a million times to make sure everything's working, guys. Oh no. Okay, so we're live.
Oh, you guys, no one's moving. Oh, yeah, there you go.
Yeah, it was just frozen a little bit. Yeah, I don't know why it's acting like we're not live, guys.
All right, let's just start talking.
You talk all you must like to talk.
What am I supposed to do?
I don't know.
I don't gotta talk. Eat.
You can talk to me. I'm just trying to look and make sure that everything is cohesive. Very cohesive. Yeah, this is what live here. It's being a punk for absolutely
Well, we're
no
2 games in the baseball
reason.
season.
Yankees have won. But to be fair, we're only fighting the Giants, so.
Yeah, Giants stink in both sports.
Whoopee. No altered content.
I do bet.
Tags.
I would-
Basic. I knew it. I knew you would tell lies.
What?
Newest. It always says basic moderation, which I hate. Freedom of speech, people. So it's just like it always does that. And we're gonna do viral, cause fake it till you make it. And funny, cause sometimes we're funny. ADHD, cause yeah, that's a given. History, cause I know we will eventually get there, and sports, cause we're sporty. Plus, before I got distracted with all this, I was trying to tell you something about sports. I was falling asleep or something, because I've said a few times on this channel that the Gaethje versus Chandler fight wasn't good. It was great. I think I fell asleep. Cause so
Who
the
won?
last Gaethje
The Chandler one. I'm so confused now.
no Gaethje won. But I always said that Chandler.
We're hitting each other hard.
Yeah. I always said that Chandler though. What's the word? Words that mean something.
Better.
No. So it was 29-28, 29-28, and 30-27, which is stupid. Should have never been 30-27. But it was such a good fight. Jojo, they almost knocked each other out. Both of them almost knocked each other out more than 2 times. And I'm saying more than 2 times because it happened so often it kind of lost track along the way.
Gaethje blocked more than Chandler did. Which is
for
weird.
some of the rounds.
Which
Yes.
is weird because Gaethje doesn't block.
Yeah, no. It was a great fight. During the last minute, which is what I think I stayed up for, they didn't really fight anything because they were dog tired.
I bet.
So all Chandler did was like pump the crowd up, but he wouldn't really go near Gaethje because he just didn't have the energy. So Gaethje's kind of like following him, but obviously he doesn't want to chase the dude. And Chandler's just like, "Come on, guys, like get excited!" Like he was the showman right there.
Oh yeah.
This is what I don't get about people. I get not liking a certain like fighter just because maybe you don't agree with what he agrees with, or you don't like his style, like all those things. But people say certain things about fighters because they lose. But if they give you heart and they try their hardest and they show technique and skill, then just because they lose isn't a good enough reason to hate a fighter.
Who's the most overrated fighter?
Overrated? I think Islam Makhachev is overrated.
It's a no-brainer. He just grabs you and lays on you.
He
That's
did
all-
have that good head kick to Volkanovski. You have to give him-
Actually, he tried to keep him away.
Yeah, but he still landed it. It's like an accident. It's a
True,
happy
but
accident.
But he was he wasn't even high up though. He was literally like he was like this low to the ground, running for his legs, Volkanovski. So he stuck his hand like this, and his top of the heel hit his top of his
That's
head.
smart though.
It wasn't a kick though. He just extended
No,
his
that
leg
kind
like
of is.
that.
A
He
kick,
ran into
though.
it.
That is a kick. If he wanted to kick him, then that is a kick.
Yeah, I know. He literally just put his foot out to keep him away, and then he hit the bottom of his foot.
So
He
ran
headbutted
into-
his foot.
He ran into
He
his
headbutted
foot.
his foot and lost.
Yeah, I don't know what to say about that.
And he's starts celebrating. I practice that kick all the time. Like yeah, right.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Stop. Okay. No. That's why I'm angry about the Joshua Van fight against Pantoja, because Alexander Pantoja, because he didn't do anything. He got his butt kicked, like literally was getting beat up, and then he catches a kick from Pantoja, and as he's holding onto his leg, Pantoja falls backwards. Of course,
Dislocates his
he
shoulder.
puts his arm down. I don't know if it was his shoulder, his elbow. I don't think anybody's ever told us what it is. I don't know what he did. But that's the Chuck Norris type of thing. You take yourself out type of behavior. That's what happened there.
Yeah, he was undefeated in that weight class, right?
I don't know about undefeated.
As champ.
I think so. Yes.
M&S
But-
champ.
But Joshua Van, is like he starts running around the place like gloating. Like, bro, you got your butt kicked.
I can't wait for that rematch.
So dad's always like, yeah, but he's the champ. Like, okay, listen, maybe technically. But he didn't fight. Alexander fought and took himself out.
Yeah.
Like, it wouldn't be so bad. It would be like, okay, he stayed in there long enough. That's what you would think, right? Once you get to that point, you're like, he stayed in there. He had that type of commitment and passion and the heart to stay. And, maybe the decision went their way. No, the guy took himself out and then you gloated.
Mm.
You gloated, ran around the field screaming like a crazy person when you didn't do anything.
What's your favorite
You
Chuck
got
Norris
lucky.
joke?
I don't know.
Mine is if Chuck Norris fought Chuck Norris, they
Chuck
both
Norris
win.
fought Chuck Norris. Oh. That sounds like their jokes sound like that Jesus Boulder stuff.
Oh yeah, could Jesus make a boulder so heavy he couldn't move it?
That's like, what? What are we doing here?
Well, that's not the point. First,
Like, why are we doing this? It's so weird. It's so crazy. But I don't know. It says the chat rate is 1, but there are no chats. Unless I'm a crazy person. Let's check here. Let's check if they're on it.
yeah, no chance.
Yeah, let's test this.
It's a hot.
I'm going to send laughing emoji, and we'll see if that works. Okay. I think that's a laughing emoji. Can't see from here. Oh, look, laughing emoji. All right, now let's go over here.
Yeah,
Laughing. Okay, so it works. Okay. What's that little symbol right there?
that means you're number 1 in the chat. You got the
No,
most
not
chat
this
points.
one. The one next to it. Look.
That's the emoji you sent. Translate.
Oh, is it?
Yep. You want us to translate the emoji?
But when
It's
when I go to
Japanese.
press
Trust
it,
me,
it
you'll need to
disappears.
translate it.
It's Japanese. That's good.
I mean, technically.
Yeah, so Joshua Van has got good fights before the Pantoja one. But afterwards, no. The Pantoja, he didn't beat Pantoja. And honestly, it's just him bragging like that, like, no, bro. I would, unless I was undefeated. If I were undefeated, I wouldn't do this. But if I weren't, like, if I were a fighter and I was not undefeated, I would give him his belt back. I'd be like, no, I can't. You took yourself out. He didn't even, like, he literally got pummeled for the whole first round. Which I didn't even complete the first round, but you get my point.
Yeah.
Guy took himself out. All you did was catch a kick. Like, bruh. It, like, really bugs me. But, again, if, like, with Makachev, you were like, okay, good kick, smart strategy, okay. But then you start gloating, you're like, bro, you got lucky. He ran into you. He ran into you. I don't know. These people are, like, they're very immature, very silly. But I don't know. It's funny. I think we were watching Ferguson versus Gaethje, which is a pretty great fight. Herb is such a good ref. Herb, because Tony, it was a TKO, but Tony didn't get knocked down. Tony was still standing when they called it off. So Gaethje
Gaethje beat
him.
Ferguson?
Yeah, Gaethje beat Ferguson, Chandler beat Ferguson. A lot of people beat Ferguson lately. And not that Gaethje's fight was newer. Right. It was during COVID. So Tony was still really good.
So they all wear masks as they fought.
But
and keep 6 feet away.
Not the fighters. Not the refs.
I was joking.
Not most of the people. Most of the people did not.
I was joking.
But you did see a few people in the crowd wearing masks. And it was nobody in there. It was quiet. Like, so quiet, I'm pretty sure the fighters could have heard the announcers perfectly.
Man, he sucks.
Daniel was like, oh, it's so quiet in here. I think we're supposed to whisper. Because it's that quiet.
Dang, that's
like, he doesn't want to be too loud in the mic. It was weird. It was weird because you just hear the feet shuffling. And then you're like, the punches sound louder. It was just like, whoa.
I forgot what fight I watched with Dad.
Crazy.
And the guy does a body shot to him. Mm-hmm. And all you hear is through the entire arena. But here's the thing, it was packed.
Oh my goodness gravy.
And the guy goes, oh, and the other guy's like, what the heck? Looking around.
They're like, this guy's a good echo.
And later in the fight, he hits him again. He's really accurate. Every time, back.
That's.
And eventually the guy held his side and the referee called it off. And I was like, yeah.
That sounds horrible. That sounds really bad.
Well, it was a good fight. The guy put up the guy wanted to stop.
No, I mean horrible, painful wise.
Oh, yeah.
I don't mean
it was
fight-wise.
No, it was a great fight.
Yeah.
The guy kept going, but there was no way he could.
Yeah, there's no.
It was pretty good.
Yeah.
It's a good fight.
What was it? Oh, so. Oh, yeah, but Herb is watching Tony because Tony got hit and he suddenly went like that, like he's trying to shake it off.
Dang.
But you could see in his eyes, he's like, oh, no. Gaethje hits him again. He shakes as hard as he physically can again. It was like he was trying to wake himself up, which isn't the first time that Gaethje had hit him like that.
Dang.
And there was one point. So Gaethje's really good with those leg kicks, as you know. And he's kicking Tony's leg, causing a lot of damage. And suddenly he hits him with a left hook. And Tony went like this with his leg. He hit him in the face with a left hook. And he went like this with his leg, which... At first, Dad and I were thinking, trying to jog himself awake. I think there's also a possibility that he was slipping, trying to stop himself from falling. Who knows? Who knows, honestly. But so it was constant of that. So Herb was like, nah. So he calls it off. Tony's upset, but you could tell he's not quite right. So Dad and I are just sitting there going, Herb is such a great...
Yeah, Herb is a great ref.
Herb is awesome. We can all forget the one time he elbow dropped us.
That's why I like him even more.
No, I agree. But when we're talking to people who don't understand Herb's greatness, we have to forget about the elbow drop to Poirier.
I mean, he did save Poirier's life. And also, I think he slept.
He did. Oh, absolutely. He was trying to save the dude from getting punched again. He was just doing his job.
What was it?
But unfortunately, then he came down with him with his elbow.
What was the better fight? Gaethje versus DePoirier? Not DePoirier. Gaethje versus Dustin? I don't know why I said DePoirier. That's coming soon. DePoirier. Blech. Gaethje versus Dustin? Mm-hmm. Or Gaethje versus Pimlet?
Since it ends with knockout, I'm going to say Gaethje versus Poirier.
I think Gaethje versus Poirier just because of the elbow drop.
Herb made the best fight. I forgot what fight we were watching. Dad and I were watching. But we're watching some fight. And we do not like the other guy. Whoever the other guy is. I can't remember now. But the guy that we wanted to when we knew wasn't going to. We on in years, just not going to be able to do it. So we're like, ugh. Like, what's the word? Like, worried for the guy. And just hoping he can pull something out, which he did not. He lost. But, who can blame him? But the whole time we're watching him fight, I'm like, Herb, punch the guy in the face. Elbow drop him. We all know you want to get on the fight. Bro, help him out. Give some brother some help.
Give the brother some help.
Elbow drop the dude. Though every single time it was going sideways for our dude, I was like, just elbow drop him, Herb. And make Dad laugh. Yeah. But Herb should get in there with his elbows.
What do you think is which fight do you think is better? Adesanya versus Pereira 2?
Adesanya versus Pereira. Okay.
2?
Okay.
Second one. Or Holloway versus Gaethje? Sorry.
I'm insulted that you would ask. Okay, so if we're talking purely just knockout.
Which is the fight itself.
No, I'm talking. I'm going to break it up.
Oh, okay.
Because for this reason. If we're talking purely just knockout. Max has the best knockout. Probably. Ever. Probably all history. I don't think anybody's going to be able to duplicate that except for him. I think he's the only man that's going to be able to duplicate that. However, if we're talking about constant fight, I think Adesanya's was better.
Yeah.
To my memory serving, I think his was higher paced. Both men are, incredible fighters. Not that Gaethje and Max aren't, but, it was more like Max and Gaethje in the beginning were testing, which is smart. But then it kind of just went downhill from the point that Max broke Gaethje's nose, which was the end of the first round. Because I was like, Matt, you have to watch it. And I pressured him into watching it for the next 2 weeks. He finally watches it, and it's much slower in the beginning than I remember it being, which is most fights. If you haven't seen it before, it's like whoa, it's gonna happen. Unless the fight is so incredible, you're just on edge. So compared to if we're talking about knockout, Max has it all day. But if we're talking about overall fight, I think Adesanya.
Adesanya is a great UFC story. The guy who started up, just started beating the greats, so then got the title, lost to his rival from who came back from kickboxing, and then came and finished him and got the title.
That was the second time though. The second time in the UFC though.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it also had way more hype behind it. Not that people weren't thrilled to have this BMF title against Gaethje and Max, but there was just so much from the kickboxing that went into this fight.
Gaethje is definitely BMF material. Holloway's definitely BMF material, but Charles
Oliveira,
not anymore.
Not anymore. I agree.
I feel like at one point he definitely was.
He really didn't do a ton. He started the first and second round off really well. His wrestling was amazing, and then I grew some respect for Max's because Max every stinking choke, and it wasn't like he tried 2. He tried 10 within the first round. So it's that guy he was moving, he was doing stuff. But then by the third round he was exhausted because Max had beat him in every choke. He could not get one off. And that wasn't just the 10 in the first. That was however many he tried in the second. Plus them constantly rolling and flipping on each other to try to get better position. It was a great fight all around. Up until the 3rd, 4th, and 5th round. So it's kind of sad. It's okay. That wasn't happy because it's mostly wrestling, and we want to see fighting for Max. Now that it's Max's fault, he got taken down. But it was really good up until that point. And then it was oh, now he's just laying there.
Yeah.
That's sad. That's sad. Plus, he's ruining it for future wrestlers and future. Because now Dana's thinking that maybe they'll just do stand-up fights for those type of things. Bro, you're if you were Cosmobot, because Dan and I were watching lots of Cosmobot Jemiah fights yesterday. He wrestles with you, but he's wrestling with his feet, with his arms, with his body. He's wrestling with every fiber of his being through all the rounds when he's not striking. So he usually goes for the chokes. He loves the chokes. He's obsessed with his chokes. He charges at you to get the choke within the first few seconds of the round. He wants to get it off as soon as possible. But when he's not, the man can't strike. He's a very good striker. Yeah.
Yeah, he has one.
So he can strike and stuff, but he'd rather, grapple. And when he does, he grapples.
The Cosmon is BMF material too.
Yeah. It's just, it shows you how good you actually are, especially when you're fighting somebody that is not a wrestler. If you can't choke out somebody that doesn't wrestle, doesn't have that much technique there, if they were taken down super easily, then you just stink, bro.
Yeah.
You're supposed to be a black belt, and yet you take the guy down within 5 seconds, so clearly he's not that good. But you just lay on him instead of trying to do anything. You're not a wrestler. You just are able to get people to the ground. and that's about it. Khamzat doesn't do that. And he, with Kamaru Usman, took him to the ground. I believe he choked him out. I'm almost positive he choked him out. I think it was a chin neck crank. Yeah, I think it was a neck crank. A great fight. In Covington, a wrestler, said that Usman is one of the hardest people to take down. So it shows you, one, he kept on moving, he had to strike a lot with Usman because Usman was very hard to take down, clearly. But it shows you what type of a wrestler you are if you can, one, take somebody down like him, two, continuously move, because obviously you get exhausted, but he continued to press, and then eventually got not quite what he was looking for, but essentially what he wanted.
Right.
Because he wanted the choke, but he got a neck crank. Almost the same thing. Almost the same thing. It was a great fight.
Who do you think?
But like I was saying earlier, just because they lose is not a good enough reason to say they're not a good fighter.
True.
Like, if people were to see Tony's fights now, they'd be like, oh, he's a trash fighter, or he's at this. First of all, go back and watch his older fights. The man's old now.
Like
no offense to him.
36 now? 34? 35?
No, I think Tony's old. I can Google it, but Tony's old. Not Max old, like old. Because we thought Max was old and he's only 32. How old is Tony? It says Tony Stark. That's funny. I almost had it. Ferguson. 42.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he's 42. That's what I'm saying. Like,
and he's still fighting?
Yes, the man is old, and he gives his heart in every second that he possibly can. He gives his heart, which was funny because what happened? I forgot already. My brain is not 80. Sorry. Yeah, I already forgot. I'm sorry.
Who do you think would be?
Hey, what was I saying?
I don't know.
Oh, Tony got choked out one time. I can't remember who it was. But Tony would not tap. He fought it off to the best of his capability, passed out, because he just wouldn't tap. So later on, like I think it was last week, Tony fought this guy Chiesa, and Chiesa choked him out, but he tapped this time. So people in the comment sections of the fight were like, this is AI slap, this is AI slap, this is AI slap. The man is the greatest. Tony's the best. He's the double champ. Somebody wrote, we all know he would never tapped. Because that's true. He would. But obviously the guy had to have a good grip if Tony tapped.
Oh, yeah.
That's really impressive.
That's funny.
Yeah. It was a great fight. And not then the Chiesa one. I'm thinking of the other fights that I was watching because I didn't see the whole Chiesa one. But I was thinking, Khamzat. Khamzat was fighting this guy Teixeira. He was 10-0 in the UFC. He beat him. But then you kind of don't see him afterwards, unfortunately for the guy. But he has him in a chokehold because, again, that's what he loves to do. And as he's choking him out, you can hear his corner say, don't tap, don't tap, don't tap, don't tap. So he's like, he passed us out. That was like, at least he didn't tap. I was like, yeah, I guess. like honestly, if my guy were in that bad of a position, that is not the advice I would give him. Unfortunately, that's not what I would tell him. Like, I would want you to give your all and win, but I can see that you're not okay. And I need to be, as your coach, I need to be able to see that and properly guide you. Because the worst thing is to be passing out and hurting your brain cells.
Makes sense.
So if I can see that you're struggling and you can't, then bro,
you should probably tap.
Tap, bro. But it's just...
If you could bring out one guy from retirement and peak performance at his peak part of his career. I don't know what you call that.
Peak?
At his peak. Oh yeah, you freaking idiot. At his peak against anyone who's fighting right now at his peak.
Okay, so I would have to pick someone from the peak. Okay. Let me think. Okay, so I would do Taporia, that's, the peak guy. And to bring the guy from their peak is Makachev. Like, what am I missing? That he's this, great guy, and he does nothing. No,
I think you were going to say Taporia and McGregor.
I was gonna, but I wanted to.
All right, well, Chuck Liddell
Okay, so if I'm
versus Alex Piro.
that's cool. But if I'm being legit, maybe not Connor. Because Connor's just going to beat up everybody. I'm going to have a problem with boy.
Unless Ilya takes him down.
I mean, maybe. But I think Topuria would want to strike with him. And honestly,
you know what's crazy?
Topuria might be able to.
Probably. But McGregor couldn't knock out Holloway.
Yeah, Holloway's got a hard head.
And then Ilya comes in and knocks out Holloway.
First
Holloway's way older now.
That's exactly. Holloway's much older now.
But
he's
still.
been through more. He's fought more people that could have like concussed him and stuff. He's been through it all at this point.
Yeah.
So yeah, the man's older, and that's usually you're like, okay, bro, you didn't do anything. Can you get off the?
Shoot, sorry.
Okay. But it doesn't always work necessarily because somebody like Volk, okay, you beat him. He's kind of older in years, but the man is still an incredible fighter. So if you beat him right now, you did something.
Right.
If you beat Max right now, you really did do something. And yes, these mans are veterans at this point, even though they're pretty young. But they've been playing for so long. Yeah, you can say they're veterans, but they still got so much agility, energy, especially Max. They're still fighting as peak. So if you beat them, you did something good. If you beat Tony, if you beat Connor, you haven't done anything. Unfortunately, you just haven't done anything. And I'm not saying ever, of course.
Right.
But currently, if you beat Tony, if you beat Connor, it's nothing. You didn't do anything.
Right. Not their fault.
That's what bugs me about people. Like Topuria, Gaethje beat Connor. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah. You know why you don't know it? Because he doesn't go around gloating it. Because he knows it's nothing. But Poirier, the second he beats him, every freaking time I hear that man talk, I hear it come out of his mouth. Every time anybody talks about him, it comes out of their mouth.
That's not fair.
Not that the man doesn't have a good fight, because obviously he's being Gaethje, he's being these people, he's been champ, he's been this. He's beat Max. No, wait, he didn't beat Max.
Yeah, by decision, I think.
No. Max beat him, and he injured. Tony Poirier got injured. So they give it to Max.
That's I think you're thinking of Oliveira versus Gaethje because Oliveira came in and hit his collarbone on his knee.
No. He did beat Max the first time.
Right.
But where's my brain going to a different place? Blah, 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 blah. Oh yeah, if you beat, wait, what was that?
If you beat old McGregor, I think.
Yeah, you beat old McGregor, bro. You didn't do anything.
It's not like you're beating.
It sounds like we're saying McGregor from Peter Rabbit.
Oh
yeah,
McGregor's great.
You beat old McGregor. You didn't do anything. The man is old, and he doesn't have the same heart. He doesn't care anymore.
Well, yeah, he's loaded now.
Yeah, it's not the same. Like it's like saying, I don't know, I beat Gideon. Like, you didn't do anything.
I beat a 7-year-old, but he used to be an 18-year-old.
Okay. It's more like saying I beat Carlos Fernandez, who is our grandfather. But he's a police officer, he's a this, he's a that, but he's an old man.
Argentinian ski sniper.
80, and he was recently in rehab because of his legs.
Right.
You didn't do anything just because he used to be military.
Right, you didn't beat the ski sniper, you beat the retired ski sniper.
Exactly.
A ski sniper, that's pretty freaking cool.
Yeah, that's craziness. Like, but that's my point.
That's awesome.
That's what you were, and that wasn't the only job. He was police officer. He did like 3 different things at the same exact time. That man, okay, fine. If you beat him then, cool, bro. Now, no, you didn't do anything. Yeah. Like, it's just ridiculous.
All right, so you put history in the tags. I'm going to ask you this question.
Okay.
Who do you think is the greatest general ever?
I don't know. You know I don't know history. But if I had to guess, just because it's my little limited knowledge of history stuff, Genghis Khan.
I was thinking the same thing. Good job.
Because I felt like you said it sometime.
Well, Genghis Khan had the biggest empire ever. Although Alexander the Great never lost a fight. Oh. The only general in history to never lose.
Interesting.
So that, kind of.
I like it that Volk, and I mean, fighter Volk, cooks. I like that.
Cooks and hunts too, yeah.
People try to make cooking and baking. Well, I kind of see their point with baking, but not with cooking. Feminine. It's not. It's for everyone.
Yeah, especially if you don't cook for yourself, you're gonna starve.
Yeah, first, cooking for yourself is you just have to do it, bro. And secondly, what's wrong with cooking for your family or something? Like, I kind of get people's point with bacon, but even with bacon, men are incredible at bacon. If we're just gonna like shame people because it's like feminine, that's stupid. Because we're gonna miss out on some of the greatest pastries of all time. I think most pastries were created by men in the first place.
Well, yeah, because women weren't allowed to bake at first, and for
business. They baked, but not for business. But that's my point. Like, we're gonna be missing out on stuff. I don't know. People are ridiculous. You know what that confuses me with the whole LGBTQ plus movement. They're like, certain things aren't feminine and certain things don't have to be masculine. But then if a girl likes blue, it's suddenly, oh, you must be like leaning towards boys. But like, what happened to like 5 seconds ago? We said the dresses aren't for just girls. What happened to that?
Yep.
Bro, keep it together. Keep it consistent.
No, I'm thinking of Freedom since the when a boy likes pink.
Oh yeah.
Like, should I call the servants?
Yeah,
I just like pink. Leave me alone.
I just like pink.
Oh, that was funny.
Which is funny because an uncle of ours likes pink, but not because he actually likes pink, but because he thinks it makes him more masculine. Like if you can like a color that's girly, and you're still a dude, it makes you even more masculine.
I mean, I get it.
It's
like walking with one leg.
I get the concept, but bruh, what?
Does it mean to walk with an amputee?
That's just interesting. That's like,
how'd you do that? That leg's just floating around over there.
Whenever I think about people with one leg, and this is not an insult to people with one leg. Don't get me wrong. I think of the guy that used to dress as a zombie. Because he used it as like an advantage.
Yeah, the only guy he was born with one arm and no legs.
No legs. That's the guy that I think of.
He was huge on Vine when it was a thing.
Really?
Oh yeah.
That makes perfect sense.
Just scaring people in parking lots and stuff.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
And then he got a guest spot on that Walking Dead show.
Yeah, that's cool. That's awesome. That's using your disability for something really, really cool. Not that I like zombies, but still, it's cool. And I just always found that funny. I was like, I would have been sitting at home being like, what am I supposed to do with my life? And this guy was like, hey, I'm going to dress like a zombie. Scare people.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
It's pretty cool.
And then there was one, Josh Bloom. I don't like his comedy. His comedy is, ugh. But I do think it's funny that he uses his disability in the comedy.
My favorite joke is when he's like, people don't understand we're the biggest minority group on the planet. They just pile us up all together. If you're blind, hop in the pile. Mm-hmm. If you're deaf, help the guy who's blind get into the pile. Mm-hmm. Got one leg, hop on. Mm-hmm. It's great. And you can join us at any time. Just one bad bike ride. Yeah,
so he's funny and does say funny things, but I feel like in general it's kind of grotesque.
It depends.
I don't like him.
I like just.
I do like the pigeon thing. I
put my hand out to call a taxi and I caught a pigeon.
I caught a pigeon. I love that one. That one is great.
It's hilarious.
I don't know why, but lately I've been thinking about Messi. And that time when he was crying.
I have been thinking about Messi too lately. Well, that's not a good sign.
It probably is. Because, they were talking about him in the media recently.
Oh, yeah.
So that's probably
why we're thinking of him.
Yeah. But I was thinking about when he, during that game, I think you said it was like an American something game. I forgot what it was. But he hurt his ankle and started crying.
Oh, it was Argentina versus Venezuela? It was Argentina, Cuba. It was another South American country.
Oh, South American. I was like, you said Colombia, and I was like, what? My brain thought of the Caribbean. It mixed it with Caribbean. I don't know. My brain keeps on doing that.
Yeah, it was either like Colombia, Cuba.
It might have been Cuba. That's the one I was like, what? It was Cuba, I think.
No, it's something in the Caribbean or something in the.
Well, Cuba.
No, I feel like it was like Venezuela or like a country. Yeah, forget it. They were facing off and he busted his ankle.
Oh yeah, and he started crying, and I was like, even he knows we're gonna lose.
And then we
won. We miraculously won. I was like, wow, what a great change of events. So great. But I just remember him crying. I was like, dang,
We're
that's not good if he starts crying like that. It's just it tells you nothing good is going to happen. Like you know your team better than most people do. So if you start crying, bro, I'm seriously worried. Yeah, so I was like, poor guy. He can't even do anything. At first, I thought, they were just lying, and I was kind of embarrassed to even be associated with Messi. But then you see his leg is like as big as the mic. Probably, I think it was bigger than the mic.
It was huge.
It was
that big.
It was like that. It was huge, and I was like, okay, respect, brother. Respect.
I'm sorry.
I was like, okay. If his ankle isn't out of place, I don't know what happened. It was bad. It was bad. Which makes me feel better. Because now he didn't lie. Like, it always stinks. You're like, oh, bro, how could you fake like that? How could you play possum like that? But he didn't. And Dad tried to say...
play a possum.
Play a possum.
Possums live in Australia and they don't usually play dead. Opossums live in America and they play dead.
Oh, play a possum.
It would be play a possum.
I thought you were saying a possum. I was like, that doesn't sound right.
No, play possum.
Play a possum.
It's the same, but it's play a possum.
I don't
Possums
know
and possums are very different.
Possum and possum. Great job. Yeah, so that... Oh, but we were watching the Gaethje versus Holloway fight. And, Holloway is testing his reach. So he's going like that with his hands. Going like that. And he pokes Gaethje in the eye.
Ooh.
Yeah. And obviously it wasn't on purpose. He was, but you have to keep your fists closed. You have to. So they check on Gaethje, of course. And it looks pretty bad. So that was like, oh, that's pretty bad. Dude, keep your hands closed. I'm like, uh-huh. And, like maybe 2 to 3 minutes later, Holloway does it the same exact thing again. Mm. And Dad's like, oh, now he's just faking it. I was like, no, he's not. No, he's not. And you see his eye. It looks bad. And then he's like, blinks it off. And like 10 seconds later, he's like, okay. Dad's like, oh, yeah. Because Dad was saying as they were checking on him, he's just doing this so that they can give him the fight. This chicken running out. And then he's like, yeah, I'm good. And Dad's like, oh, okay. Respect. It's like, yeah. But on the inside. Because if he lost, it's kind of embarrassing.
That BKFC fight, that reminds me of the BKFC fight where the guy kept getting poked in the eye.
I wasn't watching.
Well, the first poke was definitely in the eye.
You're talking about when I went with Nani, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
they did. Like he put his hand out.
I did see.
And wiped him in the eye.
We were still in the closet.
That was definitely.
It wasn't really a closet.
That was definitely like a poke, and I get like going but the next time he like hit him, he was like and the next time he put his hand on his forehead to keep him away. He goes and he goes like, no, I'm done with this, and the ref called it off on the other guy.
Wow.
Yeah, he was like, I didn't poke him in the eye. He goes like, I don't know what to tell you. I'm seeing the eye poke. I'm hearing him this, and my best bet is to call it off on you.
Oh, you're seeing the guy who was poking?
No. Yeah, the guy who was poking. Yeah, I got the fight.
Yeah, we saw that, and we all lost our stuff. We were like, what? He's not doing nothing. And at first, Nani was like,
don't say that.
Not doing nothing.
Yeah, they were not
doing
anything. We can say
anything.
We can speak properly.
But we said it. We were watching. Not doing anything. At first, I was like, no, look. And then we replayed it, which is kind of unprofessional for cheating, but whatever.
Every time like this. The most thing that hit him was his palm, and that doesn't even work because the palm's cupped in the...
Yeah, the palm is cupped. And so even
I can't even touch my eyeball like this.
Even if you're going down like this, it would rub, but it wouldn't hurt.
Well, he hit him like
unless
that.
Unless you went like that.
No.
So, because there are times where he went like this, but then it kind of goes off, but he never, into it. It's just, taking off his hand. So we're like, this guy's such a cheater.
Yeah, what a punk.
A very big punk. But that was a fun experience. We didn't really talk about that on our channel. We just showed the clips.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we watched that one. I think that was the first. Okay. That was so we watched one fight before that one, but we weren't really paying attention because Nani was getting ready to go inside the ring. And then we went, she fought. We didn't see the next fight because you have to go immediately after to go to the doctor. Because if you do not get checked out by the doctor, they do not pay you. Because they want to make sure you're not cheating or anything.
Right.
And secondly, they need to make sure you're okay.
Right, and some people would refuse to go. So fine, if you don't go, you're not getting paid.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So, we go. We didn't see the next fight, obviously, because she was getting checked. It's funny because in the next room, Mrs. Van Veek, the lady Nanny fought, Gabby Roman, saying Nanny continuously, "You didn't stop me."
I thought you knew what you were doing.
No, we're not supposed to say that on thing.
Fine.
Unless we're talking about her.
Gabriella.
So I call her Gabby when it's just online stuff, because it's easier. But yeah, what happened? ¿Qué te pasa?
Crystal Van Veek.
Oh, so Mrs. Van Veek was in the other room because they were like, her face was beat up. So it was more of like intensive care, but as intense as they can get for a non-hospital setting.
Mm.
So we get into the room. Of course, we're excited. She got there before us because, you know, they have to talk to us and stuff. So she got to get there first. So we're in the outside room. She's literally behind us. And it's like, yeah, you did this and you did that. And he's like celebrating. And Dad is like smiling. And then she looks kind of like that. She goes, shh. And Dad's like, why? And she's like, she's right there. And Dad goes, I don't care. We were just too excited to really care. But Dad did lower his voice because that was adrenaline filled saying, I didn't care. He just lowered his voice. It was a little rude. Her face was I was insulted for Van Veek when they said that they called it off too soon, that they didn't really win, blah 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 blah. Because Van Veek fought, you know, her best, and her face was pieced up.
And from the inside.
You're basically saying, so there most people were like, Nani didn't, or not Nani, Gabrielle Roman didn't, blah, 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 blah. But Van Veek's face, like, Van Veek isn't faking.
And she went to like 2 different hospitals after that.
Yeah. The intensive care.
From underneath.
The intensive care, they sent her to the closest hospital, but they didn't have the people that they needed to fix it there. So then they sent her to a different one to get even better care. Like, you're basically insulting her as a fighter.
Oh, yeah.
Which isn't fair because her face did get pieced up. It was bad. So, it was just kind of ridiculous. When we got back after the sponsor deals and blah, 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 sponsor meal, I should say. Nanny's checking her phone to see, like, comments on the fight. Most people are like, oh, my God, yay, Gabby, blah, 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 blah. Some people are, like, you know, just being haters.
Trolls.
And she's reading somewhere like, oh, Van Veek got cheated, blah, blah, you addy daddy. Van Veek, you know, Van Veek got cheated and they just laying this. First of all, they wanted not Van Veek to win. They were promoting her the whole time. Which is not a Van Veek thing. It was a thin thing, you know?
Yep.
And secondly, the whole crowd wanted Van Veek to win. Except for, you know, Dad, I, and a few of her sponsors. And I'm sure there were a few.
Talking about hometown hero, you get the American facing off the chick from a different country.
No, Van Veek is South African, but she does come from one of those states.
Oh, so she's more of a hometown hero than, okay.
So Van Veek has got, like, you could tell that she used to live in South Africa, but she, you know, is camping and training in one of those states. So she was more like the hometown hero. But it was crazy. It was crazy. Which actually I might be remembering the hometown hero thing wrong. But oh yeah, so we're at home. She's reading all the messages, and at first she's like smiling, happy, and then suddenly like she's just like little by little starts to go like darker in face. I was like, "What's up?" And she's told me all the text. She's like, "I guess I'm kind of happy for her. You know, she's got people backing her up." And I was like, "No." And she was like, what? And I was like, no, you won fair and square. Now, there is a way to be supportive of you and supportive of her, which is the girl saying, like, Van Veek gave her all, Van Veek fought to the end, Van Veek did this, Van Veek did that, but not tearing you down at the same time. Just because they want to build her up doesn't mean they have to tear you down. She's like, oh, yeah, I guess that's fair. I was like, yeah, of course it's fair. It's the reality is what she doesn't realize is that they're not building Von Vake up. They don't care about Nani, which is why they're lying. It's big. What I was telling you about the losing. Just because somebody loses doesn't make them a bad fighter. And the reality is that these people who comment on fights don't know what they're watching.
And probably have never fought in their life.
Well, I've never fought, but I know what I'm watching.
True, but I'm saying
it's about watching, trying to learn,
understanding,
just understanding, asking questions, figuring things out, trying to put yourself in their shoes,
fact checking things before you open your mouth.
Trying to understand where these people are coming from.
Yep.
And so many times, these people who are watching fights aren't doing that. They're very self-centered in the way they watch. It has to be a big bang. It needs to be this. It needs to be that. Oh, they stopped the fight. Oh. Yeah, one fighter was going to get killed.
Yeah.
How selfish are you? Do you want... some people who don't watch fights, and I mean, actually don't watch fights, they don't want to, don't understand why people watch something where people can get seriously injured. But the whole point is not that somebody gets seriously injured, just for somebody to win. And if somebody gets seriously injured, it's sad. But it was nobody's goal to do that, unless you're like Connor. Connor used to say stuff I would have punched you in the back.
Knock your head off.
Knock your head off. And he once said, punch your nose to the back of your head. Which is something that always stuck with me, because I was like, what? Because I was little. I was
That's
like,
hilarious.
When I was younger, I was like, huh?
You're nice, so whore, you smell your brine.
That's not what he was saying.
I know, but that's hilarious. The thought of it.
Yeah, so that's my point, though. Most people aren't going in there for that intention.
Yeah.
And even when they are, they don't really mean it. They just mean that they're going to give their all.
Oh, yeah.
That they're going to make the person pay for their disrespectful talk, so on and so forth. It doesn't actually mean they want to kill the person. So people who've never watched fights don't understand that. However, you have people who are like, why could you ever watch that? And then other people who don't even care about the fighters whatsoever.
Oh, yeah. It's
just a crazy rack.
Spectrum.
Yeah.
Oh, do you know Chris Farley was originally supposed to play Shrek?
Yes. You have told me.
Oh, well, when Mike Myers was going to play him, he was going to give Shrek a Canadian accent. Yeah. Until he found out that Farquaad was English, so he gave him a Scottish accent.
That's funny.
Yep.
I always wondered why was the voice done the way it was. But that's funny.
Yep. But Chris Farley was supposed to do his normal American accent until he passed.
Was that Farquaad a thing before that movie?
A Farquaad? You mean like a short keen or something? Or do you mean the name Farquaad?
I mean, no, don't they say like short keen or like Farquaad? Something.
Now they say Farquaad because of Shrek.
But it used to be called a short keen?
Still called a short keen, but mostly now Farquaads.
That's pretty funny. That was well thought out. They had a lot of adult jokes, but they also had a lot of funny jokes.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember there being like too far adult jokes. But I remember there being something. I can't really remember. It's been a little bit. That's one of the movies we have to make a 4 series on.
Shrek.
Before they make a 5th.
I keep saying prolonged.
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 Okay.
Prolonged. You know what the original idea was for the 5th Shrek that they scrapped, obviously?
For the 5th Shrek that they scrapped. Oh, something about him going to like
the real world to stop people from making memes of him. Yeah,
that's really cheesy.
Then they prolonged it. No, we're changing it.
Good.
And one of the executives said they might even get rid of Zendaya. They're trying to fix it as hard as they can.
I wouldn't say getting rid of her is fixing it.
No, I don't think so either. I'm just saying like that's one of the things people get angry about.
I saw a short the other day of Tom Holland and Zendaya. Now that they're married,
I don't think this is gonna last long. Sadly,
I think it will.
I hope it will for their sake.
No, I truly believe that they're actually going to last. But
all right,
what I saw in the short, I was watching with Mom. What I saw in the short is they're talking and being interviewed, and suddenly Tom just puts his hand on her lap. She kind of just smiles and keep on talking. But everywhere she goes, he just happens to be somewhere nearby. So like she's doing a show, and she looks up and then she smiles. Because in the building above, she could see Holland standing there.
You're like staring down at her, like
he's like kind of like pretending like, oh no, I'm not really here. I'm checking on you, but I'm not.
Holland's very funny. I gotta say that.
He's very funny.
He's hilarious.
But he also is very supportive of Sunday, which is why I think it's gonna work. I think now that she's older, she wants kids.
I don't know.
They got married.
I don't know. Celebrity marriages never last long. Just as
Most celebrities' marriage don't last long. Robert Downey Jr. and Susan Downey have been married for a while.
Wow.
As soon as Downey is a celebrity, she produces and directs stuff. She's the one who produced Sherlock Holmes
and Iron Man, right?
I think maybe the second one, not the first one.
Oh, the Iron Man villains were nothing like the comic
Holmes
version, and they still like them all. Except Mandarin. I don't like the Mandarin.
I like the Mandarin.
He was more Molten Man than the Mandarin. Which is an Iron Man villain, but...
I like Mandarin... Well, wait, what? You talking about the bad guy?
Yeah.
The actual one?
Yeah. It was more of Molten Man.
He wasn't the Mandarin.
They called him the man, right?
No. So they called the guy that was a terrorist the Mandarin as a cover.
That was so cool.
The real... I don't even remember what they called him. But the guy that he was pretending to be was the Mandarin, not the Multiman guy. I don't remember. They might have called him Mandarin, but I don't remember them calling him Mandarin. I think they just called him by his name. So,
Robert Downey Jr.
He wasn't the Mandarin. Mandarin was the terrorist guy.
I mean, Kurt Russell, what's her name? Goldie Hawn are still not even married.
That's ridiculous. Just put a ring. Just allow him to put a ring on your finger. I was gonna say just put a ring on her finger, dude. But he's tried. He has tried.
What? How long
She's
have
just
we've
sitting
been on it for 54. Shortest 54 minutes of my life.
Yes. Yeah,
Every time we sign out, because I'm a clean out.
I know, but I'm trying to finish. Slowly but surely. Now, whenever you say slowly but surely or steady and, blah, 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 I think of Mac running. Slow and steady, slow and steady.
Strong and steady.
Strong and steady, okay. Strong and steady, strong and steady. I forgot how good that show was. It was far better than I remembered it being.
Oh, yeah.
Great.
I remember loving the show, and now it's even better than I remember.
I remember loving Wilt more now. I was like, oh, look at that.
I wonder why Jackie just hates Wilt so much.
Isn't it the same voice actor?
True, but he also voiced like 12 other people.
Yeah, but I think since they made him an important character, they wanted something funny. So he hates the other dude.
Well, I think it's just Jack. Oh my gosh, look at my feet. Look at all those veins bulging. Why do my feet do this?
I think it's because Jackie is so nonchalant, doesn't really care about what people think about him. So the fact that Wilt is always like, oh my God, I'm sorry.
Gideon thinks is because Jackie might be the smallest one there and Wilt's the tallest one there.
That's not a bad conclusion for a 7-year-old to make. I don't mean for anybody to make, but for a 7-year-old, he's a brilliant boy.
Very brilliant.
I think it's probably because he's such a nonchalant guy. Plus, it's funny. However, now that I think about it, they could have made him the complete opposite in every way on purpose. Because it's the same voice actor.
They both have one eye, though.
No, he's got 2 eyes. One is just broken. Yes, that's like saying one person is blind at night. They don't have 2 eyes.
Will says he has one
unless you're like Bisping when you got the glass eye in one.
Bass Ruten's insanely good at fighting. To this day, he's still good at fighting.
It's funny because we were watching Brain Games, and they had Bisping.
And what else? And who else? The other
I don't remember who the other guy was. Bisping, maybe Cruz?
No, not Cruz. It was like Sean Strickland.
I can Google this.
I think it was Strickland and Bisping.
It might have been Strickland, but that doesn't sound right in my head. What UFC fighters were on Brain Games? It takes forever.
Brain Games stink.
For you, they do.
No, not the Brain Games itself, the show.
Oh, I wrote Brawn Games. Thank you. It is thinking because it's Forrest Griffin.
Oh, and Corey Sanhagen.
Wait, no. None of this can be right. TV has appeared on the TV series Brain Games. Yeah, so if one was Bisping, for a fact, the other one had to be Griffin, which I'm almost positive that's correct. I'm almost positive that's right. So it was Griffin versus Bisping. And of course they pretended like they were gonna fight each other, and then in reality they just did a ton of brain games to see who was better, right? But he on purpose picked games that were just hard for anybody to do.
Yeah, and so basically no one.
So no one won. But the funny thing is that they have to do one with like their eyes and like their fingers. I don't even remember how to do it.
It was this. Wait.
No, that was a different one. There was another one where
I can do it. Wait. Oh no, not anymore. Wait, boom. Boom.
How do you do it?
Boom. Boom. Okay. Boom. Ah, damn. You see? Boom. 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 Okay, boom. Boom. Boom.
I'm like afraid to try again.
When my thumbs don't move now. My thumbs are moving. Look. Look. Start from here.
Okay. Wait.
Boom. Snap forward. Boom.
Yeah, but then you
boom.
gotta
look.
You
boom.
Like, now to try to set your
boom. 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 All right. Yeah, we gotta go.
All right. So no, wait. I was.
So now we're live. We gotta go.
I was trying to finish the story.
Oh, I didn't know you weren't done.
Well, you interrupted with the finger game. Oh no! See, it twisted. So. Oh yeah, so they do one of those finger games, and both are doing very well, but Bisping more so. And I was like, this isn't fair. Bisping's only got one eye. Which most people didn't know. He fought in the UFC without... He didn't have no vision, but a lot of...
Less vision in one eye.
Yeah. So I was like, that's not fair. That's cheating.
Could a glass
and then
break?
I was like, why? Because she knows I'm not a Bisping fan. But so she was like, wait, what? I was like, guys, only got one eye. And she was like, wait, what? I was like, yeah, he's only got one eye. Not at this current moment in time. Not only when this was filmed, but he's only got one eye. And she was like, Lily. I was like, okay, sorry. I'm sorry. But it's true. The guy's only got one eye.
Right.
That's crazy that he fought and nobody knew. I'm sure his coaches or somebody knew. Your family.
Someone has it now.
But the UFC people would have never let him fight. So it's kind of crazy. You look blank.
I am blank.
All right.
Spring.
Since we're about to end, why don't you do announcements?
Announcements. When we reach 100 subscribers.
We got 53, guys.
Yeah, we got a few more.
Well, 2 more.
You guys are our possums. Awesome opossums. Best. Thank you for subscribing. When we reach 100, though, because we're only 47 away, we will make a special video.
Special video
just for all of you and anyone else who wants to watch.
My throat is so sore and you have to continue to talk anyway. Go ahead.
Okay, then. It's something something totally different. And we will also be going live for UFC 250 because it's historic. No matter what
I don't care what anybody says. Everybody's... You either think it's historic, you think it's a good thing, you think Trump is racist, you think this, that, and the third. And then I also hear people saying, isn't that historic? Okay, listen. This is why people make stupid decisions. Mm-hmm. Because you don't realize how much it could possibly affect the future. Mm-hmm. This is why people make stupid TikTok videos. Because you don't know how viral it's going to get and then embarrass your face. Okay? This will...
She doesn't even have TikTok. She knows.
It's just obvious, bro. Like, this will be historic when fighter fans and fighters themselves look back on this. They're all going to be like, wow, bro, that was a big deal.
Also, it's not disrespectful. Theodore Roosevelt had a boxing ring in the White House.
Disrespectful.
Barack Obama put a basketball ring in the White House. And Richard Nixon had a bowling alley.
They're only saying it's disrespectful because they don't like Trump. But to say it's not historic, it's just stupidity, bro.
Yeah.
Even bad things. Let's say it was a bad thing, right? Even bad things are historic. It's legitimately historic, bro. It's the 250th year anniversary of America in which we are having UFC in the White House, bro. Let's stop pretending here. Mm-hmm. Let's stop. Plus, Gaethje Poirier on that very night. That's awesome. I don't care what people say. Although my boy's gonna get knocked out. He's gonna get knocked out.
Could you imagine if
before
Gaethje
that
beats
Chandler's
him?
gonna get knocked. I'm gonna be like
wait,
Chandler
is fighting?
Chandler's fighting, I think, Marcio Rufi.
Ooh.
It's not good for my dude. Not good.
Either way. That was all the announcements.
As a Chandler. No.
It's not?
You always forget. The post. The post. Wait,
go check out the community. No, I got this. Go check out the community or post. We put up a poll of videos that you would want to see us do more of. And what I think you're messing up with. We do have separate channels.
That wasn't it.
Okay, well, shut up.
Wait, before you continue on that, if you guys, so we put, options for you guys to vote on, but if you have one that you think is better or just a suggestion in general, feel free to leave it either in this video or go to the post to leave it in there. So you could also see if, it's one of the options. Go ahead.
Check out her other channel about crocheting. You know what they say, you can't crochet without Chet.
Only you say that.
I know. It's called Hey Did You Make That? If you want to find it easier, just put at Hey Did You Make That all in one word.
Yes.
Check out Banana Brick Road Productions. We are slowly climbing the ladder.
He is. It's like 77?
80.
80?
Banana Brick Road Productions. Actually, you can just look up the name. It'll pop up. Remember the production part, though.
Well, we have a collaboration with it.
We have all
collaboration page.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Collabs are awesome.
So, yeah. Thank you again, guys, for coming, and we will see you on the split side. Thank you very much.
Go end the stream.
Go end the stream.
Go, you do it.
Very ugly and professional.
I could end it like right here. I'll let you get over anyway.
You're lying, aren't you?
No, I'm not lying. I just realized that like 5 seconds after you got up, I was like, oh, look at that. There's a button.
This is the face of a rude person. Remember it.
Where person?
A rude person.
A rude person, yeah. Probably the customer face like.
All right, I gotta get off a totally different.
Da-da-da. Just press O.
Bye.
Bye.
Yes, I want to.